Hello, everyone. Today's chapter is Chapter 1, Introduction to Research, for our course Research Methodology. So before I start, we must understand the nature of research. So research may be broadly defined as a systematic gathering of data and information and its analysis for advancement of knowledge in any subject. So research actually attempts to find answer intellectual and practical questions through application of systematic methods. So according to Webster Collegiate Dictionary, they defines research as a studious inquiry or examination, especially investigation or experimentation, aimed at the discovery and interpretation of facts, revision of accepted theories, or laws in the light of new facts, or practical application of such new or revised theories of laws. So some people actually consider research as a movement, okay, a movement from the known to the unknown. Before we go any further, we must understand how to define research. So defining and redefining problems by formulating hypotheses or suggested solutions by collecting and organizing and then evaluating data. So all of this information, making deductions and reaching conclusions. And at last, by carefully testing the conclusions to determine whether they actually fit with the formulating hypothesis. So, according to Dr. Steiner and M. Stevenson in the Encyclopedia of Social Sciences, they actually define research as the manipulation of things, concepts, or symbols for the purpose to generalize and extend, correct, or verify the knowledge, whether that knowledge is in construction of theory or in the practice of an art. So we as a researcher, we must understand that the purpose of research is for us to actually discover answers to questions through the application of scientific procedure. Therefore, the main aims of research is for you to find out the truth, which is hidden, and you as a researcher must find the answer. So this truth has not been discovered yet. Okay, so your role or your research study role has their own specific purpose. So we may think as a research objective as falling into a number of broad groupings. Okay, so in research, there are four different types of research. There is an exploratory research, there is a descriptive research, there is a diagnostic research, and hypothesis testing. So in order for you to actually find out these four type of research study, please refer to the notes as attached in this next page. Under chapter 1, I have provided you a notes on this type of research study for you to actually understand and then answer the quiz that follow. All right, so now let's moving on to understanding the role of research in business setting. Okay, so business research is defined as the systematic and objective process of you as a researcher generating information for it in making some decision. Okay, so in business you are making business decision. Literally, research mean research, search again and again and again until you find the answer. So business research must be objective and it must detach and impersonal rather than a biased answers or even topic. So in doing business, it facilitates the managerial decision process for all aspects of a business. All right. So, for example, when you have an information, so in your organization, you know that you want to offer an on-site childcare, but you don't really understand whether it is a necessity or not. So in order for you to actually reduce uncertainty, what should you do? You should conduct a research. Okay, so this is one scenario example of how business research takes place in the real world. All right. So we must also understand some of the uniqueness of business and management research. So according to Easterby Smith et al., As cited in Saunders, Lewis, and Thornhill, business and management research is unique because of these following three reasons. Okay, so reason number one, it is because the way in which managers and also researchers, they draw on knowledge developed by other discipline. The fact that managers tend to be powerful and busy people, so therefore they are unlikely to allow research access unless they can see personal and commercial advantage. And the third reason is the requirement for the research to have some practical consequences. All right. So please refer to these two slides, major topics for research in business. So I have listed down some of the diverse topics, and these topics are quite diverse, and then they can be explored in depth within their own respective fields. So please see how are there any specific topic that you are interested in by embarking into the role of researcher. All right. And these are actually more focused topic for research in maritime and logistic field. So when you are enrolled in a diploma or degree in maritime and logistic field, these are some of the examples of topics that cover a wide range of aspects within maritime and logistic, providing a solid foundation for in-depth research. Okay, so I would like for you to actually scroll through the page and answer one specific topic that you would like to embark on. Please brainstorm one topic of research individually and post them in the postage section below. All right. So the other classmate, you may actually comment it on the post and see whether that topic is feasible or not. This would be counted toward your progress of research methodology um, chapter. Okay, I will be moving on to the overview of the research process. So anything that involves organization, okay, and a logical flow of ideas. So therefore, understanding the logic of the research process before you actually beginning to write is essential. So simply put, you need to put your writing in the larger context. You must already see the forest before you even attempt to see the trees. So in this brief introductory module, we'll be reviewing the major steps in the research process by conceptualizing series of steps within a circle. Okay, so each of the step actually dependent on the previous one, and the circle best depicts the recursive nature of the process. So that is, once the process has been completed, the researcher may begin again and again by refining or expanding the initial approach, or even pioneering a completely new approach to solving the problem. Okay. These are the 8 processes that I've been talking about. So process number one, identifying the research problem. You must review existing literature next, and then you will be able to formulate hypotheses or research question. So by doing these three main things first, you'll be able to choose a research design and then be able to collect your data. So once your data is collected, you must do data analysis. So from your analysis, you can also already draw conclusion and know what is the implication of your research to the society. And last but not least, at the step number 8, the last step, you must communicate the research by doing report. All right. I have prepared next activity for you is for you to actually list down again step number 1 until step number 8. Please make sure you already answer this quiz before you moving on to our next chapter. All right, so these are some of the additional notes for you to understand better steps to be taken in conducting research. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps for you to dig deeper in terms of how you can actually conduct research by following these 8 steps. And now I will talking about type of research based on application. There are 2 type of research, okay? basic research and applied research. So for basic research, the purpose is for you to expand knowledge of processes of business and management. It will result in universal principle relating to the process and its relationship to outcomes. So by finding significance and value to society in general, you'll be doing something beneficial in basic research. So context here is for you to actually undertake people. For example, in universities, you could do a study there. You can have a choice of topic and objective determined by the researcher. And you must bear in mind that doing basic research, you have the flexibility of time scale. As opposed to applied research, the purpose of actually doing applied research is for you to improve understanding of particular business or management problem. So they actually do research in order for you to find solution to problem. Okay, so new knowledge are limited to problems. So you as a researcher of doing applied research, you will be able to find practical relevance and value to managers in your organization. So the context here is for you to undertaken by people in a variety of settings, including organization and also universities, and your objective can be negotiated with the originator. And however, you will be having a tighter time scale, no flexibility as compared to the basic research. And these slides actually tell more about the definition between basic research and applied research. So please take your time and please go through the notes I have provided for chapter 1 for you to understand better between basic research and applied research. All right. And now, last but not least, before we end our chapter 1, we must think like a researcher. As a student who embark in research methodology course, you must put yourself in the perspective of a researcher. So how would you able to do that? Thinking like a researcher actually involve cultivating a mindset characterized by curiosity, critical thinking, and systematic approach to problem solving. So some of the key principles for you to think like a researcher. You must have this curiosity and inquisitiveness. You must define clear research questions. You must do and develop a habit of thoroughly reviewing existing literature. And last but not least, you must have a critical thinking approach when you are encountering many problems. So with that, that is the end of our first chapter. If you have any question, feel free to contact me. As mentioned here in the slides, you can reach me via Open Learning platform, or you can actually send me an email here. Thank you very much. See you next chapter.